What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again as always. How's everybody doing on their end? Now, with that being said, my pack, I am a New Yorker. I live in New York. I've lived here in this state since 1986, 87. My parents are from here. I have a lot of family here. And I always tell people who always want to visit, who want to visit, about, especially when in terms of food. What's New York famous for in terms of food? Pizza, definitely. Yes, we New Yorkers love our pizza. Pizza, hot dogs, or we call them dirty water dogs because the water is seasoned, and that gives the hot dogs more of a spicy tone. Bagels, pretzels to a degree, especially when you're in the city of Manhattan. They got the street vendors and stuff like that. And I'm hoping they got chopped cheese sandwiches up here. Chopped cheese is... and also pastrami sandwiches. We're going to watch a video called Top 5 New York City Foods You Must Try Before You Die. Let's check it out. Let's see if this guy gets it right or does he get it wrong. We're going to hear, this is my perspective as a New Yorker, listening to what this guy has to say. But thank you for hitting that play button. You're going to get your entertainment's worth as always. Let's do this. Here we go. Now, booyah, go.
New York City has some absolutely iconic food, and today, that's all I'm going to be eating. We'll show you New York's best bagels, hot dogs, pastrami, and more. Get ready for the ultimate NYC food tour. And this video is filmed in order, so you can literally turn this into a bucket list New York City food adventure if you want.
Absolute bagel. I know Absolute Bagel.
Icon of New York City, brought here by Polish Jewish immigrants.
Thank you to the Polish.
In the 20th century, is there a more New York City breakfast than this? Debatable. Well, you can tell they mean business when 12:30 on a Monday, there's already a super long line. Absolute, I've heard from so many, is the best bagel in New York City. And this is the only spot in the video I've never been to. So let's find out. Oh, those look so good.
I've been there.
Passing the visual test.
Where's my cinnamon raisin bagel?
Italian cream cheese, please? No, thank you. All right, let's investigate. This is the story of my life. Lime dies the second.
You don't get that toasted, my boy? What's wrong with you?
Everyone in New York generally thinks where they're from has the best bagels. Their neighborhood spot is the best, and I've heard about Absolute for years. Finally, going to be trying this legendary bagel here, Morningside Heights. Didn't see a single tourist in line. It was like all Columbia students.
Yeah,
let's try this.
Columbia is not too far from where that is.
Chewy on the outside, soft on the inside. This is how a New York bagel has to be. Wow.
You could have got that when it's toasted too, bro. What's wrong with you?
It took me all the time to try it, but I'm glad I finally came. That first impression, instantly this is going towards the top of my list for New York City bagels.
So I wouldn't have got that. I'd go cinnamon raisin.
We're eating so much food today that I did not want to get lox, any of their salmon choices, the appetizing stuff. I want to try that at some point, but I have to tell you, I'm struggling right now to think of a better bagel I've ever had in New York. Bold statement coming. I think this is the best bagel I've ever had in New York City. I would put this in a textbook for a New York City bagel. And a very important note for you all, cash only. I saw people running out, telling their friends, oh, go to the ATM machine. There's a little bit of confusion with that, but they don't take pre-orders. They don't do delivery. They do one thing, they do it well, bagels, cash only. I mean, they have that right. They've earned it, in my opinion.
That's fine. That's fine. You see a lot of places in New York City that just do cash. They don't do cards or anything. There's nothing wrong with that. Just letting you guys know, straight up.
Is there anything more iconic in cinema than somebody grabbing a street hot dog in the city Well, we've got Billy's here, and the story with him is we included him in our best reviewed hot dog video last year, and his hot dog stand really blew up in international popularity. YouTube channels covered him. A lot of my viewers from all over the world said he was fantastic. Let's go pay him a visit and see if he remembers us. Love it. Always a line. Billy is a local legend.
I've been coming to him since I was in the mid-30s.
Oh, wow.
67 years old.
30 years, huh? Best in the city.
Well, he's always here.
Yeah. People have been coming to this guy for decades. Remember me? Best reviewed hot dogs in New York City?
You started again, you see?
We're doing different spots. Hot dogs, pastrami, like the best of each category in your hot dog. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. Oh, yeah. But you do a great job, man. So
You gotta respect those guys that do this.
Oh,
When you see these guys on the city
job, man. You got the
going to spots.
Here, you know.
Also, you cannot just set up a stand like this.
Here he is, 6 months.
You cannot just put up a stand. You gotta get a permit for that.
He tried your hot dog while still in the womb. Anything you want to say to the people?
Say thanks to everybody.
That's all. Thank you so much, Billy.
All right. Okay, guys.
I'll see you soon. This is the best, man. Heading to Central Park.
Central Park.
To Billy's hot dogs.
He looks. He's on the north side. No, that's not the north side. He looked like he's on the south or west side.
Dirty water dog in New York City. He puts a
See,
lot of love
dirty
into
water
this.
dog.
Onion
That's
sauce and some
what they're
mustard.
called. That's what we call them.
$2 each. Nice snap. Love the onion sauce. It's just a little bit of kick. Now, of course, you're coming for the hot dog. You're coming for a good.
However, the best hot dog are Nathan's. Just letting you know.
Somebody who's been in the neighborhood for well over 30 years, for decades.
You can quote me on that.
When you go there, even if you're not from New York City, you're gonna feel like you're from New York City. He talks to everybody. He'll ask where you're from. He'll ask how your day is going. You want to feel like a local for just a little bit, even if you're not. Come to Billy's Hot Dogs, and then head to Central Park. Why not combine the two? Do Central Park right after. The location's absolutely perfect.
Bro, you're
and the
not
hot
even
dogs,
in the park. No, I'm just
really good as well. If you love New York food and want a really cool gift, consider shopping at the online store my wife and I run over on Etsy. She's got stickers, prints, and a whole lot more at really affordable prices, ships worldwide. See the link in the description.
That looked like that was Grand Central.
The Jewish Deli, a New York institution. My viewers constantly ask me, where do you get a good pastrami sandwich? I always point them to Sarge's.
Katz!
Katz is for a more local experience.
Katz's Deli. Don't be fooled by him. Katz.
Want to do the number 3 corned beef pastrami? Always get that every time. And a Doc Brown
That's the
celery.
best.
Many people say just get a pastrami. I like to mix up the two when I come to Sarge's. So we have rye bread on top of coleslaw Russian dressing. Then we have some of the fatter pastrami on top of the leaner corned beef. So this is the ultimate Jewish deli sandwich in New York City right here. You're probably going to need a fork and knife. I'm going to attempt to get at least a few bites where this thing topples over.
Let me stop. That price is worth it, probably.
It's so rich, so tender in flavor. You just want double meat experience combined with that rye bread and the Russian dressing. One of my favorite sandwiches in all of New York City, and honestly, something that I would say New York does better than any place else in the world. The deli sandwich. You can argue pizza, you can argue bagels, you can argue hot dogs. Anthony Bourdain said it many times. This is what New York is better than anybody. And I think Sarge's
I'll put pizza up there too.
My personal opinion, New Yorkers will fight you to the death on who their favorites are. But I'll tell you, I don't see a single tourist in here. I've had many of you out there call me out for not ordering Doc Brown's celery soda. I've actually never had celery soda.
Celery soda? I ain't never had that either.
Oh, that's really good. I approve this pairing, but bring your appetite when you come here. Sarge's is interesting because for years and years they were open 24 hours, but after the pandemic, like many businesses, they do now close at 10 p.m. So you can't come here at 3 o'clock in the morning and try to fight a hangover with a big.
I get where he's coming from with this Sarge's, but
you want to get your money's worth here.
I will if you would have asked me, hey Chris, where you go? Where's the best place to go for a pastrami sandwich?
Video.
I'm
We've
saying
got more.
cats. So he looks. Where is he? Oh, he's on Bleecker Street. Okay.
Everyone in New York has their favorite pizza spot. Bleecker Street has always been mine. I lived in the Village for 10 years.
This is the area where Doctor Strange is from. Just gonna let y'all know. That's to all my geeks.
Tagged here. So when I pick an iconic pizza spot for the video, Bleecker Street. Oh, you're welcome. You saw this in my video?
Yes. Yes.
How is it? Is it good?
Really good.
It's good? You approve? Okay.
Approved.
If you guys approve, I'm happy. Where are you from?
London, but originally Estonia.
Oh, cool. Welcome to New York. They approve the pizza. I'm happy.
Ooh, that look good. Ooh.
Wow, thank you so much. Fresh Nona Maria. Dreams are made of this. My absolute favorite pizza in all of New York City. You know, first and foremost, I love the story of Bleecker Street Pizza. It was opened by a retired police captain who served at Ground Zero during 9/11. And this was his grandma's recipe. Thin crust with fresh mozzarella, homemade marinara sauce, finest Parmesan.
That sounds like a
fresh
grandma
basil,
pie.
Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I think that's like the missing ingredient in a lot of pies right now in New York City. You're seeing Parmigiano Reggiano cheese being used, which is imported from Italy and very, very expensive. Here we go. It's been too long since I've had this actually.
Oh, that looks just good. That sound like a good ass grandma pie.
It's different, I'm telling you. I'm not trying to compare this to your everyday New York City slice. That's its own animal, but this particular slice here, it's a specialty. It lies somewhere between the Neapolitan pizza and a regular New York slice. Holds up really well. Nice undercarriage. A lot of sauce, a lot of cheese. Very saucy. You're into a saucy slice, you are gonna fall in love with Nona Maria.
Ooh, yeah, that hits. That
Everybody
does.
behind me is ordering a Nona Maria. This is by far what they're most known for. I've had the other slices here before, all very good, but this is what you travel to Bleecker Street Pizza for. Oh, where are you from? Croatia. Was it good? Too good? That's what I like to hear. I think of all the places I've ever
That's respect.
known, this is the spot where people are most likely to say hi. And it's really cool that a long time ago they put me on the Wall of Fame here. So I don't know if there's a bigger honor in my life than being on the wall of my
Respect, bro.
spot.
Respect.
This is like a greatest hits album. You know how musicians have their greatest hits? One CD, one album? Today's video is just like my favorites. A lot of tourists I meet are obsessed with trying New York cheesecake.
Forgot cheesecake. I forgot about cheesecake.
Eileen's special cheesecake. Hi. Two of the classic plains. We're doing a YouTube thing about the most iconic foods of New York. So.
Well, ours is the best cheesecake in the city.
That's what I tell people. That's why I'm here.
Is that a key lime pie cheesecake I saw? Oh my God! Please let that be.
They've been open almost 50 years for a reason. They were telling me in there that they actually designed these special cheesecakes to be this small for all the tour groups from around the world and tourists that come in. I mean, I'm always singing their praises as well. This is the plain, a lot of cream cheese, graham cracker crust. Makes it a little more unique. This is really the only dessert I possibly could have had after all the food we feasted on today. We will end with this cheesecake icon. So light, so creamy. I'm not the biggest cheesecake fan, but for Eileen's, I always make an exception. And I just don't think you have to make a special trip to eat cheesecake if you're eating some huge meal and then you gotta force yourself to have dessert. This is perfect because you're right on the edge of Soho here, so you're probably gonna be in the
Soho
area
is
at some point. Grab a quick
an
dessert
area
on the
section
go
of New
and
York
try
City that's
New York's most famous
very known.
dessert choice. Cheesecake. They bake so many of these, so they're so busy, they're always getting a fresh piece. Tart-sized cheesecake. Perfect for on the go, or you can eat it inside. Remember, I put all the addresses down below in the description. You want to follow this and make it into a day? Let me know how it goes, because pretty sure you're going to like it. If you like those iconic New York City food choices, then you need to watch this video about halal.
Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Remember, this is his perspective, and but so I'm gonna take it from my perspective. I don't agree with his assessment on the best pastrami. That goes to Katz. And I say that with all due respect to his choice, but that goes to Katz because not only have they been open longer, they allow you to taste everything you are ordering. I appreciate that a lot. Like, they give you a sample of, like, when they're cutting your pastrami for you, they say, here, taste. Because they want you to have a good experience. I love that. I understand where he's coming from, a tourist section, but you can't help that. The last time I was at Katz's Deli, they had people coming all the way up from Philly just to have their sandwiches. There was another couple, I remember my brother and I took my father there, and people was coming from way out of state, not just neighboring states like Connecticut or Pennsylvania. There was a couple that came from Ohio to Katz's Deli. That says a lot. That says a lot about that. It is Katz's Deli is almost just as old as Grand Central Station is. That's how long they've been around. So I will disagree with his. I have been to Sarge's though. I have been there, and they are good. But if I was comparing them to Katz's, I'm going Katz all the way. I understand where he was coming from, but Katz all the way. Pizza is one thing that, everybody's gonna claim in New York they have the best. Even one of the famous that closed down in Brooklyn, they just closed down. They were famous in Brooklyn. It was the place, I'm forgetting the name, god damn it, but you saw it was famous because it was actually showcased in Night Lights with John Travolta, and he was eating from them. They just closed down. It was a family-owned business. They had some of the best pizza in Brooklyn. Remember, he just stayed in Manhattan. He didn't go that's the thing about, that is the one thing that tourists or people that don't understand sometimes about when you say New York. Because for us, when we say, oh, you're going into the city, we never say Manhattan. We say the city. That's what you're talking about. But remember, New York City is basically a blend of 5 boroughs. The 5 boroughs: the Bronx, BX, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Shaolin, aka Staten Island. Whenever I go into the city, because I do go into the city a lot, but you can get pizza. They got dollar slices, and they are good. Don't let the price fool you. They're pretty good. But what he had in Bleecker Street, I've never been there, and I maybe need to take a trip down to Bleecker Street. That looked damn good. That looked like a grandma slice. Just instead of like the form of a Sicilian flatbread. No, it's just a. But yes, we New Yorkers love our pizza, and we have the best pizza. Yeah, I said it. All right. So all you Chicago, Illinoisans, y'all think y'all pizza is the best? Detroit, I've had them all. No, I didn't. Let's not. I've had Detroit style, but I've never had authentic style Chicago deep dish. I've had imitation, but it's good. But when it comes to pizza, y'all, we do it best. There are more people doing New York style than any place else. but you want real, you come to the Empire State to get the authenticity. He talked about bagels. That is true. Bagels. Thank you, Poland. So if I have any Polish pack members out there, thank you for the bagel, creating the bagel. I do love a good bagel. I will chow down on a bagel real quick. My go-to bagel, always. It's not an everything bagel. It's not a plain bagel. Whole wheat. No, it's a cinnamon raisin. Toast that some bitch up. Sound like Stone Cold. Toast that up. Lightly toast that with the cream cheese. That hits very good. This was making me a little hungry. Good thing I ate before anything. And also he brought up what I thought was going to be brought up. He brought up hot dogs. Those guys that push the hot dog stands, give them nothing but respect. Those guys are putting in work, and that's one thing I do respect about them. Now, some of them can be a little overpriced. I'm not even gonna lie. There'll be a couple times you're like, wait, you want how much for a hot dog? Like, wait, what? You know, that guy, he only $2. That's good. Now, most of those guys eat those. When you see those hot dog stands, they usually use Sabrett. I like Sabrett, but my go-to hot dog is Nathan's. Yeah, Nathan's. You know, the famous Nathan's hot dogs. The whole Nathan's contest. That's my go-to hot dog. I love that. Cause you get that crunch too with I love hot dogs that got a crunch to it. It's good stuff. But yeah, we do call hot dogs dirty water dogs, because if you look, when you see them, the water looks dirty, but it's not. Don't get it twisted. It's not dirty. It's just it's got, you know, herbs and spices in the water that gives it that color. But I respect that guy that he showcased. Like that's cool. But you got to have a permit for that. You can't just be selling stuff like that. Like, you can't do that. You get in serious trouble for that. And what else did he do? He did the bagels and cheesecake. I will agree, yeah, cheesecake, but I wouldn't have had that. Now, what I would have had on there, outside of that, is one thing that you can't go wrong with, and us New Yorkers will know this, is going to a bodega, corner store, getting a bacon, egg, and cheese. Ugh. That hits. And also, like I said, you should have put chopped cheese on there. Get yourself a chopped cheese and oh my God, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit too. He should have had that on there. Because you can get that all day. That's why a lot of people who live in Westchester County, like where I'm at, don't like it because everything closes early. When you're in New York City, when you're in the city, everything is open, still open. It's like a rotation. It's good stuff. But yeah, man, he did good. I will give him, as a New Yorker, I will say, yeah, he did pretty good. There were some things that I disagree with him on, you know, but at the whole of it, I understand where he was coming from with it. But outside of that, yes, like I said, I like Sarge's. I've had it before, but for me, it's Katz all the way. And even though Katz is a little bit further down, is on the lower east side, but yeah, it's worth it. And the price that you saw Sarge's, Katz is that price too, and it's worth it. You're gonna get full. You're gonna have a very you're gonna feel it. It's gonna be good. But not bad at all. This was actually suggested to me by somebody. I'm forgetting who it was. I apologize. I forgot who suggested this to me. But yeah, it was suggested to me. But yeah, you know, I had to give my opinion on it as a New Yorker. Yeah, I did. But not bad at all. Not bad at all. What do you guys think? If you are not, this is mainly for people who are not from New York, definitely. And I do get a lot of people that ask me, you know, when I come to New York, where should I go? Where should I eat? Things like that. What are some of the known? We're not looking for the franchises, looking for like the hole in the walls, like those mom and pop, family owned, you know, restaurants. And yeah, I tell them. I always tell the cats. I say, yeah, you just go to Cats. Go to Cats. But you guys take care. I hope this didn't make you too hungry. And if there are people who are going to come at me for what I just said about we New Yorkers have the best pizza, bring it on. I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. Y'all take care.